And the method I'm going to use today is a body scan method, and it will just help us to really kind of settle through the body, really get grounded, and then we can focus on our breath. But to start with, just to discharge any of that last minute nervous energy, let's shake it out. Like, have a proper shake. You may want to stand up, you may want to shake your head, you may want to stick your tongue out. Wherever you are, whatever you want to do, just shake it out. Get the last of that energy out. That's it. And then when you're ready, just come and settle. Just really allow yourself to settle in your chair. And for me, I'm sitting on the floor, but if you're in your chair, that's fine. Anywhere where you can feel comfortable for the next 10 to 12 minutes. If you're sitting on your chair, make sure the soles of your feet are resting on the floor, the spine is supported on the back of the chair, or you're lengthening away. If you're on the floor, a pillow, a blanket, anything that raises your hip points slightly so they are higher than your knees. And then we'll start by just releasing our breath. So take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale, release it out the mouth. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, release it out the mouth. Last one, inhale through the nose. Exhale, release it out the mouth. And you may notice already that your shoulders are softened slightly. And so we'll begin by closing our eyes. And if you don't feel comfortable fully closing your eyes, soften your gaze, bringing the eyelids to half mast. And first of all, we're going to draw our attention to our seat, our pelvis, to the sit bones underneath your pelvis, and allowing them to release their weight into whatever you're sitting on, be that the floor or a chair. And as well as your seat, getting connected with any other part of you that is touching the floor. The soles of your feet, the calves, your shins. And from this point, gently begin to lengthen the spine from the very base of the spine. And not lengthening it so much that the shoulders begin to lift up, but really a softening down of the shoulders while we lengthen through the crown of the head. Chin parallel to the floor. And hands resting softly on the thighs or in your lap. And then we come to the breath. And we want to breathe in slowly in through the nose and slowly out through the nose. So we'll start with breathing in for a count of 4 and exhaling for a count of 4. So inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 4. And so keep breathing in and out of the nose, using your own counts. And you may notice that as your breath slows, the shoulders and the body may just soften down just a little bit. You may find yourself more grounded in your seat. And then we'll draw attention to the tops of our heads. And begin to imagine the skin and the muscles around the top of your head, the very crown, begin to release. And this releasing and softening moves down into the forehead. As it moves down, you notice your eyebrows soften down. The furrow between your brow releases. Even the lids of the eyes, even though they are closed, they begin to release. Begin to soften behind the ears, the cheeks, the nostrils, the lips, the tongue moving from the top of the mouth to rest in the basin of the mouth. Even a softening in the chin. And then we move down to our neck, our throat. And we feel the throat space soften, the neck soften. Not just at the front, but at the sides and the back too. And then this release and softness permeates our shoulders. And the shoulders begin to soften away from the ears, and the shoulder blades soften onto the back. And then we bring our attention to our collarbones and our chest. And we breathe some space and some softness in there. And then we soften down our arms, our biceps and triceps, our forearms, our wrists, the backs of the hands and the palms of the hands, all the way to the tips of the fingers. This gentle release and softness coming through the body. And then we move down our torso, even imagining the muscles in between our ribs to soften down, to release some tension. Our bellies release and get soft. The base of our spine and the base of our back, the muscles around there, we encourage them to soften 2 to 3%. And then our attention and our awareness comes to our hips. And the little hip flexors, and they begin to soften. We get even heavier in our pelvis. And we begin to release the quads, the tops of our thighs, the backs of our thighs. Even the tendons around the knees begin to soften down. Our calves, our shins. There's softening energy moving into our ankles, our heels. Even softening the arch of the foot. The whole sole of the foot opening and softening. All the way to the big toe and all the way through to the very tip of the pinky toe. We scan through our whole bodies and we just notice this release and softness throughout the body. And this release and softness allows us to come back into our center, to come back into our breath. That slow, steady breath. And if thoughts come up, we try not to attach to them. Allow them to move through. Just noticing and then allowing them to pass on by. If you feel yourself moving into a story, when you catch yourself, just come back to the breath. Bring everything back to the breath. Allow the breath to move through the body to the parts of us that are still holding any tension. And you can just direct your breath there. Really allowing your body to sit in the silence. To be in the fullness of the breath. And gently allow your breath to become a little deeper. To begin to bring yourself back to your body, back to this sense of where your body is in space. Bringing awareness to the parts of you that are touching the chair or floor. Maybe even bringing a little bit of movement to your fingers and toes. Feeling the fuzziness at the edges of your body begin to firm somewhat. Bring a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, release it out the mouth. When you're ready, gently blink your eyes open. Try not to move just yet, but allow yourself to just sit in this energy for a minute. Just notice how grounded you feel, how centered you feel. Hopefully some of this energy has softened for you. hope that you can take this energy with you forwards into the rest of your day. Thank you so much for being with me and taking this little time for yourself to have this reset, to have this little pause. And hopefully everything goes well. Fingers crossed. Thank you so much. Thank you.